Hello. Here we are on week 3. It's day 21. I've I've lost a lot of weight. I've lost 9.6 kilos. So I think that's about 21.1 pounds since the operation, and I've lost 25.6 kilos since January, when I went on that high protein, low carbohydrate diet. So I feel really happy, and I just can really feel it in my body now. I can feel it all around my face. I can feel it in my clothes. Like, I've got some long skirts that will just fall off me now when I put them on. Yeah, so that's great. I'm not going to buy a new wardrobe yet, though. I'll wait for a bit longer. Yeah, so I've got my little list down here today. So I'll be looking down there a bit. I thought I'd talk about pain management first. I've stopped taking all pain meds. I had my last nighttime dose of oxycodone last night. So as of today, there isn't any of that left. But for 4 days before that, I wasn't taking it during the day either, so that's good. I've got a bit of pain in here still under my ribs, and I saw the doctor yesterday for my post-surgery checkup, and he said that's normal. That's where they did all the work. They did have a bit of trouble in there, so that might be why it's still hurting. But I have to tell you, the infection that was in this wound, this drainage tube here wound, is completely gone. So I sort of feel very excited by that, because it means my body is a lot stronger than I thought it was, and it's it's able to fight an extraordinarily nasty bug with just a bit of help from an extraordinarily tough antibiotic. But it's gone, and all my wounds, the 5 wounds, 3 of them have completely healed, and you can barely even see that they were there. They're little tiny white lines. They were about an inch long, or a couple of centimetres long. And the 2 drainage wounds are the only ones that still have scabs, and they're almost, healed too. So I don't think I'm going to have much signs that I even had the operation on my stomach. What other things have I got to tell you? I'm still having trouble getting all the food and water in that they spoke of, that they gave me the list of. And so far I'm getting 2 of these in a day, 1 of these in a day of protein drinks, because I don't like them. So I'm not having the second one, and then I'm getting only about half of this water supply in. This is my daily water. It's 750 mils, which is 3 glasses, and it's a great bottle because when you press here and you press there like that with your teeth, the water just comes up, so you get water very easily. And it's by Camelback. Oh, I love this bottle. Anyway, yeah, so I'm not getting all the water in, I'm not getting all the protein in. I'm wimping out on those things, and I think I just need to go back to basics and get those in, and anything else I get in is really just practicing for my stomach to learn how to deal with different textures. So I've tried practicing that texture thing a bit. I have 2 cups of soup a day, 500 mils of soup. And I've been putting cauliflower in it, about half a head of cauliflower into that much liquid, and a little bit of bacon. Just the medallion part of the bacon, the meat part, just cut up maybe 2 of those, and smoothing it down with a bar mix. And that's just beautiful, just really beautiful, but still a bit hard for my stomach to deal with that texture, even though it's not very thick at all. Yesterday I made bolognese, and I thought, well, I half made the bolognese. I browned the meat, and Jess, my son, made it much better than me, apparently. My other son and my husband said that was the best bolognese they'd ever had, and he had finally outdone me. And so I wasn't that impressed, but, well, I was impressed, but he's obviously overtaken me now. All that teaching has paid off, and he's outdoing the master. Anyway, so I put 2 tablespoons of that into my 500 mils of soup, and a little bit of yogurt, about a heaped teaspoon of yogurt, thinking I would, get a texture going that was not even a pureed texture, not that thick, but just something a bit thicker than I was used to. And I had 4 teaspoons, that's 20 mils of that. And then I felt violently sick. My stomach just did not know what to do with it. It felt like I'd eaten 5 Christmas dinners. So yeah, can't have anything that intense. So then Rod, bless his heart, went out and got me some baby food to have the next time I had to eat. So the next time I had to eat, I had a little banana and pear 4-month-old baby food, and it was beautiful. And it went in really easily, and it digested perfectly, and that was just the absolute right amount for me at once. I can't have more than that. And so that's where I'm at, baby foods, just like I said. Even though I tried to circumvent that, no, baby foods it is. Yeah, I think what I really need to eat eventually when my stomach's adjusted is to go back to the diet I was on before I had the operation, which is 6 protein meals a day. They're very small protein meals. They'll be even smaller now because I won't be able to fit even that much in. Like a meatball and some salad, or a meatball and some steamed veggies. For 3 of the meals, and for the other 3, just the meatball-sized protein. So, small meatball, just a little one, like that. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that because I felt really healthy on that diet, and what the doctors have given me is fairly dairy heavy, and I can't deal with the dairy. So I'm quite happy to give that up again, and I think I will today. No, I won't, because I just had some custard. So, and my stomach's dealing with that all right. So, yeah. I don't think I'll have glasses of milk anymore, though, and I'm not going to have cheese. And I'm not having any grain products. And when finally my stomach does adjust, I will give up the other yogurt and the custard that I've just introduced today. Oh, it's making me feel a bit sick thinking about it, actually. Anyway, look, forget about that. Yeah, so I'm doing a lot more. I went to work on Monday to do my teaching that I do for art. And on Friday I went and did an art class. And tomorrow, Friday, I've got 2 art classes that I'm going to do. But I've also had to rest a lot. I do something and then I feel very, very tired, so... And then someone said to me, your body's healing, it takes all your energy, just accept it and stop being ridiculous and doing things. Okay, so I probably should listen to them. Anyway, yeah, so I'm doing more, but I am tired. I'm dehydrated because I'm not drinking enough of this water. So that has to change, and I'm changing it today with the focus on my protein drinks and my water as a priority. Yeah. So what else can I tell you from my little list here? I'll tell you what I've lost. I've already told you that, haven't I? Yeah. Yeah, so I've lost quite a bit of weight. I have had one setback that was pretty distressing, and it's got nothing to do with my body, but it's got to do with Facebook. Facebook is a great godsend. I've got a lot of friends on there, and I do love it. But I had a bad experience with one person who is an acquaintance through another friend, and she decided that my operation was a bad thing, and that I had no right to have such an operation, that that it wouldn't fix me, that it wouldn't sort out my health problems, and that I was worthy of contempt and disdain because I'd done this. And so I felt quite upset for a couple of days about this. And then I thought, you know, all she's done is raise every single fear I had before I had the operation. You know, all the angst that I felt about it. You know, all the worries that I had that it wouldn't actually help, that it wouldn't actually do any good for healing for me. And the bottom line is you just have to heal, isn't it? You know, no one else can do it for you, and no one else can decide that you're wrong to do what you're doing. And, you know, the doctors have told me that people who have this genetic difficulty, this broken gene, which makes them put the huge amount of weight on after they've had a baby, also have a low body temperature of 36 instead of 37, like most other people have, and are also prone to fibromyalgia. Now I have that body temperature and I have the fibromyalgia, and I figure that as the weight comes off, I'll have more energy to move, I'll have more energy to exercise, and I'll have more energy to look after myself, and that can't be doing me any harm at all. So yeah, I've had a little bit of time of facing fears again, and it did take the shine off my excitement a little bit for that couple of days, but I'm back on track with it now, and so I'm happy you've taken the time to watch, and delighted for you if you're going to have this operation, because I so think it's worth it, and I wish you all the best, and thank you for watching. See you in another week when I make another one of these. Bye bye.